Are you busy hanging upside down in your playpen here, or would you like to go out the door?
You're ready. Mitt, you want to come out too? Come on, Mitt. Watch out, Steve might run you over coming down the stairs. There was a button to turn the gain down on the receiver on the lavalier mic, so I pressed that button. We'll see if it sounds any better this morning. Looking pretty good, T-Rex. Nice day out there. Want to go outside? Yeah, of course. Steve, you want to go outside? 63 degrees at 8:39 on August 21st. We're approaching low tide. That tide clock is wrong. Oh, there goes Mitt. Now, fortunately, Mitt doesn't go far. So hopefully we see Mitt at the cat. Mitt, how's the audio this morning? How's the weather this morning? It's gorgeous. Now, the sky is not as blue as it was yesterday. There is some smoke in our sky. You want to go to the satellite imagery first. The clouds fairly thick in northern New England. Mostly clear, but you see the filament of smoke coming through the sky there from Pennsylvania and across southern New England, being wrapped on the south side of an upper level low with big clouds, showers, and thunderstorms there just north of New York this morning. And where the clouds were this morning, it was less cold. See, on a night with a clear sky and relatively light wind, which happened closer to the high pressure system off to our south and west, it was colder, actually, in Connecticut than it was in Maine. Look at these temperatures this morning. In the upper right, Nova Scotia and Maine in the 50s, low 60s. And then as you move south and west, about 6 a.m., I got these temperatures. Temperatures were in the 50s and even 40s from Connecticut west into New York and Pennsylvania. In fact, in Meriden, Connecticut, 50 degrees this morning was a record low temperature. So we had record low temperatures in parts of Connecticut. And if we expand the record low temperature map, after we watch this boat pull out and T-Rex bark at ghosts, I'll show you the temperature map. And also, while we're pointing in this direction, the tide is coming in. That white marker is for a rock that's under the water. That rock is going to be a huge part of our and more. Back to the temperature map this morning in Orange, Virginia, 48 degrees was not only a record for the day, August 21, but also a record for the month of August. So the coldest August morning ever in our life in Orange, Virginia, with record low temperatures from Connecticut to Illinois to Mississippi. That's underneath that big sprawling high pressure system, which eventually is making its way to New England. But we have kink in the high pressure system, that is a surface trough and an upper level low. We talked about it now for a week, that we didn't believe today would be dry, given the fact that there was such a deep upper level low. Upper level low being a cool pool of air spinning over our head in New England, and especially in New York and Ontario this morning, this upper level low. It shows up on the HRRR with those numbers 546 and that rain. I didn't show the radar yet. The rain, here's the radar. That rain that's in the New York, Ontario, Quebec border is moving toward the west-southwest, so we call that retrograding underneath the upper level wind flow, which is counterclockwise around this upper level low. You know, normally, no such thing as normal, but westerlies cause our air to move from west to east a lot of the time, but sometimes you get these spins up in the sky that cause the air to just go in circles, and that's what's happening. So here's the HRRR showing the rain going in circles around, centered over Montreal this morning. You see the showers and thunderstorms moving counterclockwise out of Maine into Canada, and then coming to the south side of the low across New York, and then moving toward the east near Mount Mansfield, and a few showers, maybe even some thunder or some hail coming out of the sky in southern New Hampshire this evening. And these are mostly just for northern New England. So southern New England, we should be dry, but there'll be a lot of instability clouds redeveloping. And then they kind of taper off only slowly tomorrow. How much rain can fall? Oh, come on, Mitt. Please, time out for Mitt. The well-behaved cat, not behaving well. Thank you. Back, keep going. Back up there. I gotta get the leash from Mitt. We kind of match, huh? Sorry, interruption. I think this is half the appeal, right? Great that neighbor Chris next door loves watching the videos now. She says she really likes the cats. All right, can I just set you down over here where Steve is? That's your spot there, Mitt. Okay. There they are, out the door with Steve, the white cat, Maine Coon, T-Rex, we call him the Schmuggle, Shepherd, Pug, Mutt-looking mixed dog, and Mitt next to the cat Mint. That's that morning jolt of caffeine you all need, and we all need. It was invigorating, though. Today, done with the record low temperatures. What was it talking about? The upper level low and the retrograding showers and thunderstorms. So yes, we were about to show the QPF, quantitative precipitation forecast. How much rain may come out of the sky in these hopefully progressive showers. We don't want them to stall anywhere because that's what causes the flash flooding, even though dew points are a lot lower. So there it is, the cyclonic nature of these showers moving counterclockwise, cyclone and counterclockwise. That's air moving around a low pressure system. And adding up to some purple in some spots, mostly just north of Pittsburgh, New Hampshire there. But if we put the cursor right over about Williston or Essex Junction, Vermont, and close in there, we see close to 2 inches of rainfall potential. Most of that's happening today, but some of it lingers again tomorrow. And note that southern New England is mostly dry. So that's good news. Here in southern New England, we are starting a pretty quiet weather pattern that should last into the weekend. Here's the Boston 5-day meteogram, and there's the temperature coming up into the 70s, just above 70 today, and at the bottom there's the arrows with the wind, and wind from the west is best, and 10 to 15 miles per hour should be enough to preclude a sea breeze. And although the sailing forecast this evening on Hingham Bay, I'll get to that in a second, but note the temperature's going back up to 80 by Saturday or so. And then on Sunday, it does show a bit of an onshore breeze possible. As the high pressure builds over us, we may get a sea breeze. So yeah, the sailing forecast for today, I forgot to check the specifics, but it's probably not going to be too much wind, and very low tide this evening is going to be a challenge. I think a bigger challenge almost than the wind would probably be out of the west and the northwest at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. That's my guess at this point, and I'll show you the graphic there on the HRRR, and does it say west at 5 miles an hour? Check my text. And the low tide, very low in this post-full moon. And the forecast going forward. Wanted to show one more thing regarding wind, how little wind there is in the middle of the upper level low here, with Mount Washington at 12 miles an hour this morning. Temperature got down to 38. Just shows you that it's kind of the center of the upper level low with very little wind on top of Mount Washington. So might not be the best evening for sailing here. The wind may go quite light also in the Boston area. The surface map actually is kind of perplexing actually this evening. The surface map shows low pressure system right over Boston. And if that happens, it's going to be almost calm. Maybe, I don't know what the wind's going to do, light and variable. And you see those shaded areas with the red and the green. That's where the showers and the thunderstorms are. And we're surrounded by high pressure, very weak low pressure surrounded by high pressure. I call it instability. Cold air aloft. And underneath the high pressure, that's where you get the cold air down near the ground. That's where those record lows were. All right, let's move on to the Euro now. Moving forward into our Fresh Air Fanatic weekend wedding on Long Island. There's our upper level lows spinning. Here's Wednesday night, Thursday, and now it's easing out on Friday. Just a couple showers left in northern Maine. Saturday, it looks like a nice day for all of us. What a nice weekend, I think, for most of us. But let's go into Sunday. There are changes again. Always changes. We've been watching this forever. It's 2 p.m. Sunday, stopping the map and zooming in slowly. Now that high pressure system in eastern Canada is forecast to be stronger, 1024, matching the high pressure to the south, 1024. Wind is air moving from that high north of us wants to push air in from the north. High south of us wants to push air in from the south. That means there will be a boundary, and it's Wednesday, and now you get a higher confidence forecast for the weekend. And if you look really closely, you see a thunderstorm there near Burlington, Vermont, and a little speck of green near New York City. So I think I'm going to have to change the forecast from 83 degrees to 82 degrees, with partly to mostly sunny skies and maybe a touch of virga. That would be a little precipitation trying to come out of the cloud. And one of the bigger changes here is the fact that the low pressure that we had seen forecast for Ontario is nowhere to be seen anymore. So that's wholesale change to the forecast, especially across the Great Lakes and out over the middle of the nation. The 582 thickness is vast, a huge area of very hot air in the middle of the nation. Remember the thickness rule, you can add 20 to the 582. 82 plus 20 is 102, so parts of the plains are going to be near 100 degrees on Sunday. Okay, now let's keep on moving. I think it still looks like a great day for a wedding on Long Island. And then we have sort of a backdoor cold front threat here. Now, it'll be Sunday night, Monday in New England, and may make it all the way to Long Island on Tuesday, and that's a low-pressure system developing on that boundary I just talked about, coming across southern New England next Tuesday into Wednesday, and then that could dent the heat or warmth that we were forecasting for next week. Next week forecast always changes, weather forecasts change, and then at the very end there, now we're at, I keep getting the dates wrong, I'll just say next Friday, that heading into Labor Day weekend, there's a strong storm in Canada and a strong front coming across New York and Pennsylvania. And you see showers and thunderstorms approaching New England next Friday. Now that front is probably going to come in here and decay a bit. A strong upper level low at that point is right over the Midwest. So hopefully that captures the energy and keeps the warmth coming and the dry weather through our Memorial Day, yeah, right, wishing it was the start of summer. Labor Day weekend still looks pretty good. And if we go to the Boston 15-day forecast, something has changed here. And what is it? It had dry weather every day going forward right into September, but now, all of a sudden on Monday, there are the raindrops and the lightning bolts here for Monday. And that's in 6 days Monday, in 5 days, not Labor Day weekend. So that's a change in the sort of mid-range forecast, and I'm sure there are going to be changes in the long-range forecast as well. But we're in a warming trend, and it's mostly dry, especially in the Boston area, and we'll monitor those showers and storms in the north. So the flag's already kind of still here, and the pets are arrayed with Steve in his spot, Rex wishing he could go in, Pumpkin's getting ready to go out front soon, and Mitt under the cat Mint. I had a whole big video of touring Cohasset yesterday. We went and visited some waterfront property under reconstruction, and of course I took off like a little kid into the backyard, scrambling on the granite. They call it granite outcrops. Cohasset is built on a rock with harbors all around, and I was fascinated with the backyard down there with the huge tomatoes and some chickens, and they were really, the chicken condominium there was fascinating. And then we went and had lunch at 5 South Main, is that what it's called? Yeah, lobster rolls. They were really tasty and not outrageously priced, but of course, lobster rolls, Main Street in Cohasset, you know. And we tooled around Cohasset, went to the South Shore Music Circus to see if there were any tickets we want. The Righteous Brothers are coming, Unchained Melody from Ghost. Anyhow, that was going to be the and more, until sitting out here with Charlie last night and watching. We're sitting right over here, right where T-Rex is, and we're sitting here and we're just looking, and the sun's going down, holes in the clouds, and all of a sudden I hear this terrible noise. A small boat, maybe similar to yours, George, but an outboard. I think it was an outboard with a center console, and there was no fancy tent. But anyhow, it hit Bass Rock. Bass Rock was just under the water with just a couple of inches of water over it. A couple of young boaters, inexperienced, and they started taking on water. And little did we know that they did not have life preservers or a radio or even a phone. Oh, that was so scary. But, hey, where'd you go? Pia and Leif, the green boat that's normally here, was here, and Leif went out there and pretty much rescued the relatively young boaters and saved them from having a boat go in the water. Within about 20 minutes, there were response vehicles coming from every direction. Well done, Leif, and I'll leave you with that as our and more for today. Our rescue, it turned out everyone was safe and no injuries, and the boat is toast. It's incredible low tide, and around here it's dangerous. You got to stay in the channel. So this recreational boat was just going on probably about 20 miles an hour, and I just saw him almost tip over. What he did was he got Bass Rock, which is probably just inches under the water right there. Oh, that's so sad and scary. So his engine is toast, at least the lower part of the outdrive. I hope those guys are all right, because it shook the boat pretty good too. Westerly breeze, low gray, and the vessel that just struck Bass Rock is now drifting out with the wind and the tide. It's not even low tide till 6:30, another just more than a half hour. And there's the rock. It must have been just a couple inches under the water. Bass Rock is marked, and it's well outside of the channel. So there's the north side of the channel, and there's the south side of the channel. Trying to scope it out, make sure they're all right. Charlie said he did notice that they were pumping some water, so I think the transom got hit. Or I mean the hull. And the transom probably bent when the engine hit the rock. I mean, it looked like right hull, outdrive. Oh, they are bailing. They're bailing. They got a serious pump. Oh, there goes Leif. Leif saw it.
He's a good man.
I think it's one blast for coming around the corner. Is that right, Danny? These guys are drifting toward the channel, but not in it yet. All right, mind if I use your yard? Let's make a time lapse.
Wave them over your head, and then they know that you're in distress.
They could have been in communication. Is the boat still drifting, you think?
Oh yeah, he just came alongside him. I don't think he dropped his anchor. I think they decided to wait for them to go by, not drift anymore, and then...
Boy, almost the colors of autumn. Well, it's almost autumn. And there goes the Great Escape Artist over the hedge binder. And peony. How's that, Charlie?
Here comes the cavalry.
Cavalry. 2 jets too. Just kidding. But that is kind of cool that 2 jets are landing right next to each other at Logan right now, I think. Which one's on top, the heavier one or the lighter one?
You see the boats coming? Rescue boats?
We've got, looks like an aficionado and a friend incoming. Yeah, they're right in the channel now. Wow, they moved a lot in the last few seconds. So Leif must have just kept them out of the channel.
Right.
It'd be a story.
That is a bad day.
There's an award for that, you know, at South Shore. They give out an award every year for the biggest blunder of the season.
Oh yeah?
So if he's involved with South Shore, he's an in.
Got it.
He's got it.
Score. This is a big prize. Look how far they drifted.
Right, they were just right over there, and as the barge went by, it was probably kind of hairy. All right, we'll do a time lapse of how they get out of here. More and more and more. Pretty much in the channel now. Well, interrupt the time lapse. They're incoming from every direction now.
Smokes.
6 vessels, including Leif, was first on the scene.
You rendered aid.
Kept them out of the channel from getting run over by a barge. Leif says, I think I've done enough. get out of the way here. I'm sure Tim's making a video. Charlie and Tim watching our friends in the water. Friends helping friends. Thanks for coming, Nate. Thanks, Leif. Red boats have pumps pulling the water out of it. So they must be just trying to get to shore, I almost guess, at this point. And from the good news department, planes are taking off and landing toward the west-northwest. More boats coming to the rescue. It's like they're gonna tow them somewhere. Keep the pumps going. And one more. Hopefully that just means it was a slow night elsewhere.
That could have been my customers.
May still be. Alright, I guess I gotta stop doing this at some point. We're assuming everything's under control and everyone's okay. It doesn't cost too much time, brain cells. And off into the autumnal sunset. The stricken vessel, captain and his mate, and people that take care of us. Oh, in other news, Charlie has just decided this is a good time to say hello to Pia as she's climbing in and out of the skiff, running down below.
How are you? I didn't know you were aboard. We've been watching you. That was quite a rescue operation.
So we are both on the boat, right? There's nobody out here.
Yes.
And we see this boat like floundering.
Oh, did you hear? He hit so hard.
Yeah, no, I know. And so Leif, when he jumped in the dinghy, he says, I'm going to go over to them. So I gave him a radio and he went over. And they had the lower unit of the engine got ruined.
Yeah. You hear the impact? It was loud.
Yeah, no, it was loud. And
Yeah.
then we saw the boat kind of, you know. So anyway, Leif went over with the radio. They had no life jackets, no radio.
Wow.
So Pat or Leif called Channel 16. All the harbor masters came.
We have it all on video. I'm with Tim up on the hill.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking to you right now. I can see you.
I can see you. Yeah, so guess what? They would have sank if Leif had not gone over. They would have sank if they had no
Oh
life
my
jackets.
goodness!
I saw them pumping.
They had no
They
phone.
had the bilge on and they had 2 hand pumps and they couldn't keep up because they literally put a
Oh,
hole in the
really? Because, wow.
Where was the hole?
And guess where
Right
their
underneath.
home port is?
Don't tell me Captain's Cove. No, I was just telling Tim that's probably my customers. Get out of town.
Oh my god!
It is. They're like a young,
This video
two young
costs $500.
guys, like early 30s,
Oh,
maybe
shit.
late 20s, early 30s.
Where was the hole in the boat?
In the back.
Yeah, in the back.
Because the thing
Yes,
hit
they
the
did.
rail when they hit the rock.
No.
The left
Yeah.
rail hit the water.
Yeah,
Like I thought they might have got thrown.
They ruined their lower unit.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
had a hole
No,
in
that
it.
rock was just under the water. After they floated for a
Yeah.
little bit, all of a sudden I could see the rock.
Yeah. Because now it's sticking out.
Yeah, oh, yes, I know.
Yeah.
So are they getting towed to Captain's Cove right now?
They're getting
No,
towed to a
because they're
ramp.
getting pulled out. I'm sure they're going to Burt's.
Yeah, getting pulled
Birds.
out.
I assume they're going to Burt's to get hauled out because no, the boat's
Oh,
going
my
to
Yeah,
God.
makes
But
sense.
thank God
Should we
we
go to
were on
Burt's?
board.
I know.
Because
Well, I
they
was.
would have sank.
I can't
They
believe they
didn't
did.
know what to do. They were so flustered.
Oh.
The says, what do you want me to do? Like, do you want me to put you on the beach? Do you want me to beach you? You know what I mean? And they didn't know, like, what to do.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, so
I mean,
they
every
kept
boat
pumping,
should have a radio on board. I wouldn't.
Right?
Oh, I
Yeah,
can't
so
believe.
Leif radioed the tanker to let them know, you know, what was
Yeah,
happening.
I figured
Just in
that Leif
case,
did, and he had
you
it.
know.
Yeah. Wow.
Right.
No, because they. No, we have it all on video.
Well,
Leif
I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I mean, I'm going to do it for
No,
you
no.
guys, but we're not going to name the suspects or anything.
We
like
have no
that.
names, and I don't think the boat
They're
is
okay
in-
though, right? They're just shooken up.
No, they're fine. They're fine.
What a bang! No, we looked at them, and there was no injuries, but
Yeah.
they weren't pumping all that fast and hard like the boat was going down.
It's like they had a 5-gallon bucket or
It was.
something.
Leif could see it like actually coming to sink, so that's why he called the Coast Guard and they came out. So
Oh,
the
yeah.
Coast Guard called and they said, "Where are you?" And he says, "Well, number 22, can number 22." You know, so then they all came in like no time.
Yeah.
And I guess what? They have no tow insurance.
No, if they don't have a radio and they don't have life jackets and they don't have a phone, they don't have tow insurance. No.
Yes, correct. Yeah, because you can't see it. But you know, all of
It
us
was
around
right
here
there.
know that rock is there, right? So,
Well, and they're very nice that they put that white buoy right there
yeah,
to tell
there's
you
a
about it.
marker on it now. Right.
No, there was no marker on it.
No, I know.
Yeah, I hit it when there was no marker on it.
Oh no, I hate it with the whaler.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you bump it.
So I'm the only one here that hasn't hit it yet?
Well,
I'll
you
get it
just-
next week.
Yeah, just don't hit it fast like that.
I'll use my SUP.
You can kiss it, but don't.
Yeah, don't go right over it, which
Yeah.
they obviously
You
did.
zipped right
While
over.
we
it.
have you, what's the name of your boat?
Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil?
Yeah, Yggdrasil. It means tree of life in Norwegian.
Tree of life.
Tree of Life. We
Excellent.
thought it had something to do like
He
that.
was gonna have to look it up, so you saved him.
Thank you
about a
so
half
much,
hour.
Pierre, for all this information and sharing
Oh,
and
you're
being such
welcome,
great
you're
people.
welcome. I can't wait to see your video now.
Oh, we'll make sure you get it.
I can't push all of it, but there you are. All right.
You have a good night, Pia.
Okay, take care.
Talk to you
Take it
soon.
easy. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Well, just your average Tuesday night in North
That's
Weymouth. Oh my goodness.
Couple beers and a smash.
We had a beer each, and hopefully they didn't have too many. That was so scary, but it looks like they're gonna be okay. Calling an audible on the time lapse we're gonna close it out with. It's gonna be a sunset. Just past 7, mandatory Metallica on the radio, and this is playing us out. Blend mandatory Metallica, if you can hear it at all, in with Captain Spacetime. Till tomorrow.